Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today's another story time. And before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give a girl a thumbs up, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials, Instagram at Vivalayoshii, TikTok and Twitter at Lifewithsymone. And don't forget to follow my business page at Brishari. I know I'm posting this on a Sunday and it is not Subby Sunday, it's one of mine. But yeah, that's because I owe y'all one of my story times and I'm like, I know y'all would have been feeling some type of way. Well, y'all like Subby Sundays, but still, I'm like, I couldn't just go without that long without posting one of my story times. So I was like, let me go ahead and post one for y'all, and then I'll post a Subby Sunday next Sunday. Fingers crossed I do. I don't know. We don't know. But anyway, let's get into this. Before we get into this, you already know I got to do my community spotlight of the week. Also, I want to shout myself out. Duh. Y'all see the hair that I got in here? This curly bundles. Y'all remember I told y'all I'm going to start selling hair? So this is some of the hair that I'm going to start selling. I'm going to have it up and running by October. Just hold me out. Okay, but anyway, in August we're gonna have 2 new drops. September in September we're gonna have 2 new drops for Brishari. So we're gonna have this metallic color, and it is have gold hardware, and it got the additional crossbody strap. And then we also got a new tote. It's this mustard color tote, and it does come with the wallets. Yeah, so we're gonna have those drops. So we're gonna have 2 new bags in September. Don't know which day yet, just follow me and you'll see. So anyway, let's get into our community spotlight of the week. Number 1 commenter is my sister JTV. She's the number 1 commenter of the week. Then we got TT So Sadiddy, the Coloniano. We got Tada ENT, and we got Rochelle 81. Y'all, we be having the same people, and I love y'all so much. So thank you so much for being my top commenters of the week, and let's get straight into this story. So y'all, this is about somebody, I don't know if I mentioned her before, but I probably didn't. But did I ever tell y'all that Inconsiderate had a sister? He actually had sisters and brothers. He had a few, but I don't know if I ever mentioned her sister to y'all before. But anyway, this story is about her, okay? So this is around the time when me and Inconsiderate was hanging out a lot. Remember I told y'all me and him was like this. Like, he was like the back of my hand. He was always with me. So, but when he started dating that young girl or whatever, we kind of was like shaky for a few reasons. One, I didn't approve of what the fuck he had going on. That was just like, nigga, really? Oops, don't be cussing too soon. And then 2, it was like, the girl, every time he dated somebody, his girlfriend always thought weird of me and his friendship, whatever. But I don't know why, because we never gave off nothing like that. Anytime he dated somebody, I always would be welcoming. But for some reason in their head, they thought that I loved that man or he loved me. I don't know what the he told them behind closed doors, but it was never that, never would be that, never ever, never look, never ever ever ever. Okay, so yeah, yeah, it was just like kind of weird. But anyway, one day he had hit me up and he was like, come by the house, they cooking and all type of stuff like that, and just come chill. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I pulled up to the house. Around this time, me and his sister, we always kind of been like on and off, but I just was closer with him. Not on and off, but like we always be cool, but I was just closer with him. So one day his sister was already telling me she was a senior, and mind you, me and his sister is a year apart. So at this point I'm 18, I had already graduated, and she was 17, she was still in high school. So she was telling me like her prom is coming up and she wanted to do like a group girls prom thingy, like her and her friends and all this other stuff, and wanted me to come too. Like, she was like, yeah, everybody bringing somebody from somewhere else. She was like, and I want you to basically be like my friend date, whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. So at this time me and her was talking a lot. So when I pulled up to the house, I'm like, okay, cool, because she wanted to show me dresses and all type of shit, because we was gonna match and wear the same thing, all that other stuff. So I pulled up to the house. They lit at the house like always. His mama drinking like always. His mama lit, she drinking, she like, yeah, finally you pull up. You never, mind you, when I pulled up, Inconsiderate wasn't there. He had left to go, I don't know, take his girlfriend to play at McDonald's or something, who knows. But he wasn't there at the moment. So when I pulled up, it was just like his auntie, his cousins, like his mama, his sister, all that. We're gonna give the sister a name in a minute. We'll give her name in a minute. So when I get there, the mama, since he not there, the mama thinking like I just put up for them. So she like, finally you pull up for me, Symone. I be trying to hang out with you. Da 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 da. You always want to be up under Inconsiderate, bitch. Please, that is not, don't do that. She was like, you always want to be up under him. Y'all always want to hang out, but you don't never come hang out with me. Da 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 da. All this other stuff. And I'm like, girl, I'm here now. I'm like, I heard you was cooking. So she's like, oh, that's why you came, because you heard I was cooking. One thing his mama could do, she could cook. So I was like, yeah, I heard you was making a big meal. She was making like a big meal, like it was Thanksgiving or something. I don't know what got into her that day, but I was happy. So I was like, yeah, I'm here. So she's like, you gonna finally drink with me? At this point, I did take drinks with her, but it took a long time to even get there because his mama rubbed me the wrong way a long time ago. So I never used to want to drink with her because when I was in like middle school, high school, she used to always want me to drink with her. And I used to think that was very weird because you're an adult and I am a child. But she has said comments to me before that rubbed me a very wrong way. So I used to kind of like, I dealt with her, but I would kind of like keep my distance sometimes. So especially when I was like younger and I'm like, no, lady, use that some weird shit. But so yeah, but now that I'm older, I kind of was like, I could drink responsibly. I'm not gonna do too much, like, you know. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna drink, and plus it's a lot of people. No, let me stop. Okay, the way I probably might talk about that one day, probably not, but I don't know. But I've just realized the way I'm saying this, it's probably really bad. But anyway, let's get back to the story. So I was just like, okay, I'll drink with her, whatever. His mom was cool. She just was kind of weird sometimes. So we all just drinking and stuff like that. We all laughing, music playing, they cooking. It's all just have a good ass time, right? So and consider he finally, we just gonna call him Inko. Inko ended up coming back in the house and he there with his little girlfriend or whatever and her friends, because I told you like she was a package deal. So they come in the house or whatever, and the girlfriend, she just looking at me like the stankest look. I'm just thinking like, oh, chill. So I know she probably was thinking like, what this bitch doing here? But anyway, so I'm like, he like, oh, what's up, Symone? You here? I didn't even know you put up. You didn't tell me you got here. So I was like, cause I don't need to like tell you I'm here. Like I'm cool with the family. Like I know everybody. We good. So he was like, oh, okay. So we laughing or whatever. He can't give me a hug. So he just talking to me like, man, so guess what? Da, 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 da. But he coming over there and talking to me. Music is loud. His girlfriend is sitting on the couch at this point, and he kind of like, first he was talking loud, then he started talking low because he's telling me about another girl. He like, yeah, so why this one girl I fucked last night? Last night? I was like, last night? He like, last night? I said, you fucked a girl last night? He like, yeah. So yeah, she told me she knew you. She know you. And I'm like, oh. This used to be crazy too about him, because one thing about me and him, we would always be like kicking it and stuff like that. So we'll post each other like on Facebook and shit like that. Like anybody I hung out with, I always took pictures with. And no, I don't have no pictures of this boy nowhere on none of my stuff no more. So it'll be like weird because it would be girls that they will see me post him. And I mean, I never said this was my man or nothing like that. But you know, just from the outside looking in, like if I'm following somebody and I see a girl always with a guy, I might think like, oh, they might like each other. Even if it don't look that way, I'm gonna assume like they probably talk on the low. It used to be girls that would go follow him from me and go try to talk to this and then be like, oh, I know Symone. And then they would ask him like, oh, did y'all ever talk? So if you thought we did, why the did you even go talk to him? That's weird. But I mean, we never talked, so it was never nothing like that. But anyway, so he told me like, yeah, she said she know you. So I'm like, oh, what's her name? So he was like, her name is, damn, I cannot remember her name. So remember that story time I told y'all when I was with Brittany and we went to them apartments and her homegirl stayed and she ended up fighting and the whole little shit like that, and we went around the corner to the other ninjas. And remember when I told y'all, if y'all remember that story? So it was that girl, small ass motherfucking world. So it was her. It was her that he was talking about. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I do know her. Yeah, because it was just one of them moments like, I'm like, yeah, she alright. She kind of weird. I'm like, she just weird. So he like, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I fucked her last night because I had put on Twitter like something and she was like, oh, da 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 da. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, you know, and mind you, the whole time he's talking to me, his back is facing his girlfriend. I could see her. So the whole time she just looking like, I promise y'all, she moving her head side to side. This nigga ain't never turned around. So what is you doing all of this for? If you want to see what he's talking about, come over here. So I was just like, that's crazy. And I'm like, I think you should go back up over there to your girl. So he like, why? What happened? I'm like, she looked annoyed. Like, she looked real irritated. And he would just start laughing. This nigga started laughing so loud. So next thing you know, she was like, Inka said it right. She said his whole name. And he was just like, what? Like, what's up? What's up? She was like, I want something to drink. You were supposed to pour me something to drink. So the mama was like, you want something to drink, girl? We got a whole bottle. This bitch drink with that. The police? Hello, 911. So anyway, he ended up going over there. We still just chilling, laughing, doing the most. Everybody's still having a good time. At this point, the food is done. So we eating. We all just sitting around. The aunties and stuff laughing. The mama at this point, she getting like real, like, yeah, she finna pass out any minute now. So, she finna pass out any minute now. So in consider a sister, we gonna name her I'm Unique. I thought about this earlier. That's not her name. Nowhere near that girl name. So we gonna name her I'm Unique. So I'm Unique was like, girl, my mama finna pass out real soon. So I was like, yeah, that's usually how that goes. Like, it never fails. It's like clockwork. So I'm like, that's usually how it goes. So she's like, girl, when she pass out, like, can you come with me somewhere? Like, I'm trying to go see this boy I talked to or whatever. So I'm like, you talk to a boy? Like, not like that, but I've never seen her talk to anybody. So I was just like, wait, what? So she was like, yeah, can you come with me to see this boy I talked to? So I'm like, who is he? Da-da-da. I'm just asking all these questions. He go to your school? She like, no, he don't go to my school. So I'm like, okay, well, how old is he? She like, he's a senior. He's 18. He go to a different school. I'm like, what school he go to? Girl, you asking too many questions. So I'm like, okay, I'm just trying to see, because mind you, I'm 18 too. So I'm like, maybe I know him, or like maybe I could give you the rundown about his friends, or I don't know, just something. I'm just trying to peep it out, because she never mentioned she talks to anybody before. So she was just like, girl, no, okay, this and that and the third. She just started talking, and she was like, yeah, we could go see him. He lived like up the streets, but I want to go when my mom pass out. Which I don't see why your mom will have an issue with you going to go see a boy when your brother is here with a girl that's way younger than him, and then she's drinking with everybody in the house. I just don't understand why she would have a problem, but I guess. So I was like, your mama be tripping? And she was like, girl, I'll tell you about it later. I just don't want everybody in my business and stuff like that, but I want you to come with me, because she was saying like he was telling her to bring a friend, like for his friends. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I'm like, you got a picture? She was like, no, I do, but like I'll show you a picture later. Like, stop you asking too many questions. I don't see how I'm asking too many questions when you want me to come hang out with this mystery man, right? So I'm like, whatever. So at this point, inconsiderate, he was like, he finna go. They was finna go to the movies, and he was like, you trying to come? He asked me if I was trying to come with them. And his sister was like, why you didn't ask me? And he's like, because I don't hang out with you. So I was like, no, I don't want to go. Like, y'all cool or whatever. But when he asked me, I promise y'all, his girlfriend looked so annoyed. Like, why would she come to the movies with us? So anyway, they left. I already knew I'm about to leave with Amunique. The mama at this point, she is gone. She passed out in the room on the floor. You would think they would put the mama in the bed, but I guess they feel like you knew you was finna pass out and you do this all the time. You should have got to the bed. I don't know, but they left her there. She's on the floor. Her legs is in the hallway. I'm like, y'all gonna help y'all mama up? She like, girl, no, she good. I don't want to wake her up because we about to go leave. Like, we about to sneak out. So I was like, okay, cool. So this would make no freaking sense. I don't know if it was the alcohol or what, but this didn't make no sense. So I'm Unique telling their other siblings like, oh, me and Symone about to go in a room and just watch a movie. Like, we getting tired. Symone might end up staying the night, which this is why this doesn't make no sense, right? Right? Okay, so they like, okay, like basically what the you telling us for? The other siblings, they in and out the house because they knew people that lived in their complex, so they in and out the house like at their house and stuff like that, right? This point it's probably like 9ish at night, probably 10, I don't know. The sun is down though and it's kind of late. So she's like, let's go in the room. We go in the room. She start like making fake little pile of clothes on her bed, and she was like, I'm gonna cut the lights off and put a movie on. She's like, so if anybody come in here, they'll think like we just in the bed watching movies. I'm like, okay, again, I don't understand why you need to do all of this when people that are younger than you is in and out the house. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, whatever, y'all. So finally, she was like, all right, we finna go. I'm thinking this, at the same time when she said this, I'm thinking like, how the fuck we finna get out the house? Because they live like on the 3rd floor. So we can't sneak out your window unless, ho, you got a little thing like you Rapunzel and you climb down a rope. I don't understand. I was not finna do that. So I'm thinking, I was waiting for her to tell me. So she's like, all right, you ready? I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm ready. We leave out of her room door, walk through her living room, past her auntie who is still up. Her auntie, and it was like a few of her cousins, they still in there smoking, drinking, and they just kept playing. They always would play Kanye West Gold Digger on loop. So they in there, I'm going out broke niggas. I said you're Gold Digger. So I'm confused at why the fuck you needed to pretend like we were in the bed watching movies when we are walking through the front door past people. I'm like, this whole damn house slow. So anyway, so we walk past and they like, oh, where you finna go? She's like, we just going outside real quick. So they like, okay. And we leave outside. So I said, I'm Unique. What was the reason for you to make it seem like me and you was in the bed scissoring or something? You cut all the lights off and you put piles of clothes like we just laid up in the bed watching movies with the lights off. The fuck is the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason? So anyway, we walk and we leave. So we going to my car. Like, I'm walking to my car or whatever. She was like, no, leave your car right here. We gonna walk. He don't live that far. So I'm like, why we gotta leave my car? It's late at night and they ain't live in the best neighborhood. And plus they had beef with people in the neighborhood. Like, they used to have like family feud fights and stuff. Like literally fist fights and shit and go to jail. I don't want to walk in and one of them see you and they whoop your ass and now I'm running. I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna run. But yeah, so I'm like, why? So she's like, because like he live around the corner. And she's like, and I don't want like them to notice your car is gone, because if they notice your car gone, they're gonna be like, wait, where am I at? So I'm thinking like, who the fuck is gonna notice this shit? And then you just tell your people what's going outside. nothing was making sense. But she's like, and plus the parking is bad over there, and plus I don't want your car to be seen, and plus it was just so many and plus and plus and plus. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we mobbing down the street. We kind of start walking out of the neighborhoods with all the apartments and houses and stuff. So we walking towards like the busy street. So I'm like, I'm unique. Where's we going? I'm like, he live on the other side? So she was like, no, he don't live on the other side. Like, he live on the busy street. I'm confusion as fuck because there's no houses on this street. I'm like, maybe when I drive by, I'd be like too into my YG CD that I don't notice the house, but I don't see a house. I don't see a house, right? So we walking or whatever. And she start veering off to the right. To the right. Mind you, we on the right side of the street. Well, I guess it depends on which way you're driving. But anyway, she's veering off to the right. And it is a motel. And when I say motel, I don't mean Motel 6, Motel 7. I don't mean none of that. I mean the ones where you be like, I know there is prostitution going on here. And this, yeah. The ones where you be like... The ones that be on the stroll, and it be the ones where you be like, don't nobody really regular come stay there unless it's just some crazy shit happened. You was on a road trip, your car tire caught a flat, and this was the first place, and it's 3 in the morning. You're like, fuck, I gotta stay here. Or you're a prostitute, because this is an hourly. Yeah. So we walking up. She kind of veering off to the right. I said, I'm unique. Now, where's you going? So she was like, girl, that's where he's staying at. So I said, this where he's staying at? She was like, yeah. I'm like, he live here? She was like, no, he don't live here, but this where he just staying at for right now. So I'm like, he got kicked out or something? Like, you know, I'm just asking all these questions because I'm so confused. I'm like, he got kicked out or something? Or like, did he get a room because he wanted to kick it with you? Because at this point I'm thinking like, bitch, we finna go back. Because if a ninja got a room because he want to kick it with you, he want to fuck. You know, he think about some other shit he trying to do, and I ain't on that type of time. And baby, you could have came and got cracked by your damn self. So I'm like, did he get a room to kick it with you? Like, what's going on? So she's like, no, he's just staying here for like 2 days. So I'm like, oh, okay. She was like, yeah. She's like, let me see what room he at. So she trying to see what room number he at, and he kept calling her, but she wouldn't answer the phone. She would just text back. So finally, I guess he wasn't saying what she asked, so she answered the phone. Mind you, it's just the motels where it's like first floor, stairs, second floor. Like, you know, it's not that many rooms. It's an hourly. So she get on the phone with him. I'm still so confused, and she kind of like moving off to the side while she talking to him. But mind you, we've been drinking. I'm walking towards her. I'm thinking like, bitch, where's you going? Don't leave me in front of this damn hourly. I ain't got time for nobody to drive by and be like, oh, Symone, I see you be selling you now. Nah. So anyway, yeah, she kept like moving away from me, and then finally she hung up the phone. She was like, okay, he's in a room down there at the corner. She was like, he said like he see us, like we could go up over there. So I was like, well, if he was staying out of this room, I'm like, he could have just came to where we was at and we could have just kicked it in my car. Like, honestly, I would have felt more comfortable. I'm like, with him and his friends coming to the room or whatever. I mean, the car and kicking in or whatever. So she's like, no, it's just gonna be quick. We just gonna be here real quick. Like, he just want to see me or whatever. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, you never showed me that picture, because at this point, girl, I want to see. So she's like, girl, chill. He's a senior, right? So we get to the door, and she just opened the door. I'm like, what? He unlocked the door for her. Because, you know, it's one of them rooms where you lock the door manually. Oh, a lot of rooms are like that. Sorry. So anyway, so she get in the room. She opened the door. When we walk in, I smell a whiff of cigarettes. Like somebody been in here hot boxing a motherfucking pack of Newports. I'm like, hold up. It kind of took me for a wow, this is crazy, because one, at this point, I didn't know young people smoke cigarettes. I didn't find out like young people smoke cigarettes until I worked at this one call center, and on the breaks, like 10-minute breaks, everybody be smoking cigarettes, and I used to be like, what the fuck is going on? Y'all do this shit? So I didn't know that young people smoke cigarettes at this time. So I'm so confused. I'm like, what? Mind you, when we walk in, nobody's in the room. The TV is on. The lighting, you know when like you watching one of them scary movies from back in the day and it looked like they recorded it on a camcorder, and it'd be like, oh, the lighting is horrible and it's damn near flickering. It was like that. It was very freaking weird. It was one bed. I don't see nobody in the room, because clearly in the bathroom you could hear the water running. So they're in the bathroom. I'm like, and I smell the cigarettes. So I'm like, this is weird. So she's like, close the door, close the door. So she, at this point, I'm thinking like, this is weird. Because I'm like, I know it ain't two ninjas in that bathroom together. Or it gotta be one person here and maybe his friend is not here. I didn't care about no friend being there for me. Honestly, I just really went with her. So she sat on the edge of the bed and I sat at the little chair that they had right there. The room is dirty too. It's dirty. It smells like cigarettes and it's kind of smell like ass in there, right? I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. So anyway, finally we sit in there and I'm just like, you know, I'm like mouthing to her like, where is he? So she's like, bathroom. So she was like, hey, I'm here. And then he was like, okay. So when I heard okay, I'm like, I should have asked for that photo. Because I didn't know what to imagine about this boy that she talked to. Because again, like I said, she never mentioned anybody. I don't know what this girl type is. She never even mentioned she had a celebrity crush. So I'm like, but that voice was kind of different, right? So we sitting there. Next thing you know, the water shut off. I don't know why my heart is beating so fast. Like I'm nervous. My palms are very sweaty. I'm like, oh my God, this is weird. I'm getting nervous. My stomach is hurting like so bad. Like I just went through a ninja phone. I just felt so uneased. So next thing you know, this man comes walking out of the bathroom. Not boy, this man. I said, oh shit. I was like, I'm unique. Oh, my bad. We in the wrong room. So I get up. I get up and start going to the door. Cause who is this? Who this for? So I'm like, oh, we in the wrong room. So he was like, I'm unique. And I was like, I'm unique. So I said, you know him? So she was like, yeah, Symone, just chill, just sit down, just chill. So I was like, I'm unique. Who is this? Cause y'all, don't bring somebody to a surprise party when they're drunk because it's gonna be so unfiltered. So I'm like, who is this? So she was like, this my friend, it's my friend. So she get up and she go hug him. I'm looking like I wanted to go snatch her up and run up out there. When I tell y'all this whole lie about this nigga being a senior citizen, that's what the fuck he was. This man was a grown, not saying he's grown. He was an older man. What fucking school did he go to? I mean, I guess she probably thought he was in high school at one point in his life. So I was like, hold on, I'm unique. Can I talk to you real quick? So the man, he looking at me just like, I was used to the dirty stares that night. So I'm like, I mean, can I talk to you real quick? She was like, what? So I was like, can we talk in the bathroom? Because mind you, at this point, he sat on the bed. Like, they both sit on the bed like this shit just okay. So I'm like, we could talk in the bathroom real quick. Because she was trying to talk to me right there. Ho, is you cool? I'm finna talk shit about this man. And talk shit to you about what the fuck is going on. So he was all like, y'all could talk outside. Like, basically, ho, you ain't going in my motherfucking bathroom with those dirty stairs. So I'm like, fine. So I was like, okay, come on. So we go outside and talk or whatever. And we stand by the door. I'm like, I'm unique. What the fuck is this? So she was just like, oh, this is my friend. I said, your friend? I said, this is a weirdo. Like, this is weird. So she was like, no, this is my friend. I said, bitch, you said he was a senior. And she was like, well, I mean, okay, let me tell you the story. I'll tell you the story, like, but it's too much to explain. But basically, she was saying, like, when she met him on whatever the fuck site she was on, I think she was on, I was going to say Dingo. That's not, what? Mako Space. I think that's what she was on. So she said, basically, when she met him on where they met at, he was catfishing her. And he was using somebody else's photos. And then eventually, she found out who he really was. So I said, have you met him before? She's like, this is my first time linking with him. So... bitch, because she wasn't a good liar. Because at first she was about to try to lie, but then she wasn't a good liar. She was one of them people where it would be like, I'm about to lie, I know I can't lie, let me just tell the truth. So she started kind of telling me, she's like, but come on, Symone, like, it's already being weird. She's like, I just wanted to see him real quick because I always said I wanted to see him in person. I just was scared to come by myself, and I knew if I told you that this, you know, if I told you the truth, you wouldn't have came. I said, you're damn right, because bitch, we finna go right now. So she was just like, Symone, I'm like, I'm unique. I'm like, if you're gonna do some shit like this, do it on your own time. Like, do not drag me here to do this shit with you. No. Especially not, no. You know, like, gonna get out. And the lady was like, no. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, no, we ain't doing that. Nah. So she was just like, oh my God, okay, well, I guess, yeah, whatever. I'll just come see him by myself then. Like, now that I've seen him or whatever, like, I'm not scared. So I guess I'll just come back by myself tomorrow. Or she was like, or if you want to go home, you could go. I'm like, I'm not leaving you here. That's what I'm not going to do. I'm like, I'm not leaving you here. You coming here on your own time. It will have to be a time when we are not together. I'm not about to just leave you here. That's out. I'm not doing that. So she was just like, oh my God. Okay, whatever. Let me at least go say bye to him or whatever. So I was like, you don't even got to say bye to him, bitch. Let's leave. Like, no. Let's just go. So she was just like, no, I gotta say bye. I don't want it to be weird because I'll just tell you everything later, Symone. Like, I thought you was cool. You're cool and considerate. Listen. Yeah, listen. So anyway, she's like, I'm gonna say bye to him. So she walked back in the room. She tried to close the door behind her. I said, no, I'm gonna hold the door. So I hold the door like cracked. Like I'm holding the door because no. What you finna, no. So she ended up going in there. She talking to him or whatever. I can't really hear what they talking about. And I kept peeping because I'm like, y'all getting further and further away from that door. What is you finna do? So I'm looking or whatever. And she finally came back outside. She was in there for probably like a good, probably like 2 or 3 minutes. She wasn't in there that long. So she finally came back outside and I was like, girl, what was that about? Like, tell me, what is going on? So she was like, okay. She started telling me the whole story. So basically, like I told y'all, she met him. He catfished her. He was using somebody else's pictures. She said that he would never want to talk on the phone. So finally one day when they talked on the phone, she was like, oh, you don't sound like your pictures. And he was like, let's Skype. They got on Skype and she seen that he was somebody. He wasn't trying to show his face. Then he was saying like he was the kid's dad or some stupid ass shit like that. But he was trying to have a full conversation with her and the kid never came back. So she was like, and then I kind of realized, and he told me like, how would you feel if I was really my son? And then I was like, I don't know. And then yeah, she just told me this whole stupid ass story. And I was just like, I be seeing that shit in movies, girl, but I didn't think that you was the type that fall for some shit like that. You know, and I'm not victim blaming because the adult is most definitely in the wrong. But I was just like, girl, no, this is not okay. Like, he's a creep. He's a fucking weirdo. I'm like, if he had to lie to somebody to talk to them, then he knows what he's doing is wrong. So she was just like, I know, but he just be there for me when I be just going through so much stuff emotionally and mentally, like, da-da-da-da. I said, girl, if you ever need to talk, call me. The fuck? Don't call that old ass nigga. So she just, like, talking. She's like, I know, but he just cool. Like, you know, she's like, and he was kind of mad that I brung you because he was saying, like, you was weird. Oh, I was the weird one? Yeah, because you know I was going to call motherfucking 911 on your ass. So I was just like, yeah, don't go see him ever again. I was like, I mean, nigga, I ain't even finna lie to you. I'm not no snitch ass bitch, but I probably would tell on you. Like, I ain't finna hold you. I'm going to tell somebody. So she was just like, you know, the way she just looked at me like, oh, I thought you was cool. I'm not that cool. I'm not that cool. No. So anyway, so we talking or whatever, we start walking back towards the house. So she was like, all right, well, since we already out and about, you want to just go kick it with my friends or whatever. So I was like, who's your friends? Like, now I really need to see pictures and shit like that. So she had showed me like one of the pictures, like her homegirl. She was like, her homegirl, she was like, yeah, and it's like her brother and shit. They of age for real. Like, I'm not lying this time. So I was just like, okay, like, yeah, we go kick it with them. So mind you, we get back to her house. I'm like, where they live at? Because we finna walk again or we finna hop in the car? Because if we walk out, I'm not going. So she's like, no, they live kind of like a little bit away. So she was like, we could get in the car. She's like, but first let me go tell my mom I'm finna go over there. Y'all, so we go in the house. Her mama still passed out in the hallway. Nobody gives a damn. They still just in the living room. So she's like, okay, well, we actually finna go to my friend's house, such and such. She's like, okay, girl. Like, you know, basically like, what the fuck you telling us for? So when we leave back and go to my car, I said, I'm unique. Why the fuck? Again, why did you have to pretend like me and you was cuddled up in the bed when if you want to go somewhere, all you have to do is tell them? They clearly don't care. Your mama is asleep. What was the reason? I don't know what was the reason. So I was just like, yeah, what was the reason? And she's like, girl, I don't know. And she just laughed. And she's like, again, I just didn't want you to drive there for real. She's like, because I know Inconsiderate come home that way. And I didn't want him to see your car there and wonder, like, what are you doing there? So I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, too. Thank you for doing that. Because I would have been like, yeah, at that point, you would have got exposed. Because no. So anyway, so we get in the car and we start headed to her homegirl house or whatever. So her homegirl, she don't live that far, but she lived closer like towards my house. So I'm thinking like, oh, I should have told her to bring some clothes because bitch, you might have to stay down at my house because I'm not gonna want to drive all the way back. So but I mean, they didn't live that far from me. But it's like, you know, when you're young, you don't really be wanting to drive for. I mean, you do, but like when it's late night and then you close to home, you be like, bitch, I just want to go home. And I was always the driver. So anyway, we ended up pulling up to her homegirl house or whatever. And they cool. Like, they outside on the lawn. Like, literally, they outside and they just was like staring into the sky. So I'm thinking like, okay. So we get out the car, y'all. And it's just crazy because we'll get there. That's for another day. So anyway, we get out the car or whatever, and they was just like staring to the sky or whatever. They was like, yeah, it was a shooting star. So I'm like, oh my god, for real? And then I had to think about it. Like, y'all probably didn't see a shooting star. Like, it's too many lights right here. But I mean, they really did. So I'm looking, it's like, yeah, it was a shooting star. That's why they was looking up to the sky. So I was like, oh my God, like, that's crazy. I made a wish. So they like, yeah, we made a wish. So they was like, hi. Like, the girl's like, hi, or whatever. She was like, yeah, I heard you coming to prom with us and stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, I am gonna come. She's like, yeah, that's gonna be so much fun. Da da da. We just talk. I'm getting to know her. So I was like to Aminique, like, dang, we never even talked about no prom stuff. Like, 'cause you had us on a burnt mission. So she was like, yeah, I'm gonna send you pictures later. So they all just chilling, and then the girl was like, let's go in the house. Like, we about to go hotbox. We was waiting on her. Like, they was waiting on Aminique to get there. So I was like, okay, cool. We go in the house. They all just chilling, music playing, everybody cool. Everybody was just like cool, like just real chill. It was just like a kind of like vibe or whatever. So at this point, my phone is getting ring. Probably because around this time, I was one of the people who took Instagram like it was Twitter. I would post back to back. I was always like constantly posting. And at this point, I'm not really posting shit or whatever. The last time I posted was when I was at Inconsiderate House and I was drinking and eating and stuff. So I just posted like my plate of food or whatever. So at this point, my phone is going crazy, like ring. And I wasn't even really answering my phone like that. I forgot when we was at the Momo that Joe had called me, but I didn't answer the phone because, you know, the situation was in. It was a lot going on. I forgot to call him back. So at this point, he calling again, and I was like, oh shit, somebody let me answer the phone. So I answered the phone. I'm like, hello. He like, what the fuck is you doing? You at that? Because Joe swore up and down me and Inconsiderate was in love too. So he was like, let me talk correctly. He was like, you at that ninja Inconsiderate house and da-da-da-da-da, you not answering your phone and you over there drinking and eating with his mama and his sister and his auntie and his cousin and his daddy and that. He just naming the whole damn house up. And I'm like, Joe, where are you getting at with this? Like, where are you going with naming everybody that's at the damn house? So he was just like, that's just weird, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I don't know, I feel like that shit weird. Like, I'm gonna really press that nigga one next time I see him, I'm gonna press him. So I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm like, but I'm not there. Like, I'm not there no more. So he like, where you at? What the fuck? I thought I was spending the night at your house tonight. Where are you at? So I'm like, oh, well, I'm with his sister. I'm Unique. Who the fuck is I'm Unique? I'm like, his sister? I just told you that. When did he get a sister? I'm like, anyway, so we at her friend house right now. I'm like, everybody just chilling, drinking, smoking, stuff like that. So the girl ended up coming up to me and she's like, who are you on the phone with? Like, I don't know why she was acting like she was so drunk, because she wasn't. I guess she was just playing. How play like that with your friends, not with me. I'm just kidding. But she's like, who you on the phone? And I'm like, why is she over here faking like she trying to grab my phone? I said, get the fuck off of me. Like, what are you doing too much? So he like, oh, that shit is weird. Da-da-da. He just cussing me out. And I'm just like, yeah, but I'm not trying to show it. One thing about me, if my man's cussing me out on the phone, I like to pretend, well, back then, because I don't have these issues now. I like to pretend like I'm not getting cussed out because I'll be embarrassed. So I'll be like, oh yeah, that's so crazy. Whole time he cussing me out, you stupid dog ass bitch, and you doing this. And I'm like, oh my God, no, I love you too. Yeah, and he be like, bitch, I swear to God, da 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 da. And I be like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna see you though. I'm gonna call you. Yeah, because I'm going to see you. I swear, I would play it so cool. So, whole time she's like, who you on the phone? Try to snatch the phone. He cussing me out. And I'm just like, no, okay. I'm like, girl, stop. Girl, stop. Who is doing something? Who is that bitch in the background? Da, da, da. He just going off. And I'm like, oh, Joe, you're silly. Like, just because I used to be embarrassed. Wasn't nobody finna know that my man was cussing me out. Not today. So he like, what the fuck is funny? My thing is, he knew this is how I act, because he would be like, every time you're around people and we trying to have that's not a serious conversation. You cussing me out is not a serious conversation. He like, you always act weird as fuck. I'm not acting, well, yeah, I guess that is weird. I guess so. So he like, every time you get around people, you always act weird as fuck when you answer the phone, da 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 da. That's what he's saying. And I'm just like, well, where are you at? Oh, okay, well, what are you doing? Did you want me to come see you? Like, he like, man, I promise you're weird as fuck. Da, da, da. He hang up the phone. So I'm like, okay. Mind you, the phone is hung up. I'm like, all right, love you. Talk to you. Just dumb. So the girl was like, who was that? I'm like, that was my boyfriend. She's like, tell him to come here. Like, he could come here too. Like, everybody's just cool. He could come over here. So I was like, he could come here? That's all she had to say. I'm like, he could come here? Because I'm like, we are beefing. That would be cool, you know? And he's texting me paragraphs anyway. But he would just text one line. That used to get on my nerves. Not paragraphs, but lines. Like, stupid, sent, girl, I hate you. Like, just send it in one big paragraph, Joe. I could read it all at once. I hate when people send multiple. Like, just send it off. So, I'm like, he could come here. She's like, yeah, he could come here. It's cool. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I end up texting him and I was like, pull up. So he called me quick. He was like, pull up to that inconsiderate nigga's house. I'm like, no. I told you I'm unique. At this point, I'm like, let me get up. It's music playing. I'm like, can I go outside? She's like, yeah, go ahead. So I walk through the house. I go back outside or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I told you I'm Unique's friend house. Who the fuck is nigga? I'm not about to do this shit with you again. I'm like, I'm Unique's friend house. They chilling. It's like a little mini kickback. Everybody cool. I'm like, you could pull up. They just told me to tell you, like, if you want to come, you could come. And he was like, oh, okay. All right, so where's it at? So I'm like, it's right here on such and such street. So he's like, can I bring my homeboy? I'm like, who? He like, Benzino? I said, no. I said, it's not that type of party. I'm like, and plus afterwards, you know, we could go back to my house. And at this point, Joe's car something was wrong with it. So I'm like, yeah, no, because I'm not about to be responsible for him, or I'm not about to be like, oh, I don't feel like taking Benzino all the way home, so he gonna stay at your house, because then all y'all gonna do is just come there. And yeah, I know how this is gonna go. Not gonna happen. So I was all like, yeah, no, he can't come. Ain't that type of party. You come back to my house afterwards. Ain't nobody taking him home. So he like, all right, well, I'm about to see. I'm gonna have a homie come drop me off. So I'm like, yeah, come for real. I really want you to come. Like, if you don't come, then I just know where we stand in this relationship. Just gaslighting him. So he like, oh my god, whatever. So he hang up the phone. So I go back in the house. When I walk back in the house, y'all, she said I could go outside. So I'm thinking I could just walk back in your house when I come back. Y'all, why at this point, I don't know where these people came from. I promise you, I was not outside on the phone that long. It's people in the couch. It's people in the living room, because we was in like a back room. It's people in the living room, and they sitting down watching a whole damn movie with TV dinners on their laps. I'm like, where the fuck? I know, maybe I don't know, probably because we was drinking and stuff. So I'm like, maybe, and I was like just trying to hurry up and get out the house. I didn't pay attention to these people. When I walked in the house, it was an awkward moment. Like, I stood there and I'm staring at them, and they looking at me, and we just looking at each other. And I was like, and it was like, you could go back there. And I was like, okay. And I just ran. I don't know why I ran. They probably thought I was the weirdest bitch ever. So I just ran. I went back in there, and I just sat down. So the girl, she's like, why'd you run? Like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, everything cool. I don't know why. Maybe I was being weird. Now that I think about it, because that was weird. And then I ran and didn't say nothing. Like, if I just did something, like if I just went in, threw their cereal across the kitchen floor or something. I don't know. I was being weird. So anyway, she's like, is your boyfriend gonna come? Like, is he gonna come? I was like, yeah. She's like, okay, cool. She's like, because we wanted the ratio to be the boy-girl ratio to be like on, I don't know, to make sense. And she was like, yeah, so that's cool if you come or whatever. She's like, because some more people about to come. So I was like, okay, cool. Mind you, at this point, I'm Unique. She over there talking to like her other friends and stuff. So I'm not really the trip. I'm just chilling on the couch. So more people start kind of like coming in. It's not that many people. It's probably, at this point, it's probably like 7, 8 of us, right? At this point, Joe had already asked me where was the address. He was about to get dropped off. So he gets there, and I forgot to tell y'all, when he got there, I told him like we in the back room. Mind you, they hotboxing. So I'm just like, I'm in the mix of the hotbox. We still drinking and stuff like that. At this point, they had like, I forgot, I think they had some Jose Cuervo or something. That was our drink, y'all. So they had something in rotation, shit. And we drinking or whatever. So when Joe got there, I don't know why he didn't call me. I told him I was in the back room, and I don't know, he texted me, but I didn't see it, so I didn't like respond. Next thing you know, Joe just walked through the house. Like obviously walked in the house, he walked in the back room. So I'm everybody looking at him like, what the fuck? So I'm like, I stand up, I was like, Joe, why did you just walk through these people's house? Because what the fuck? He was like, oh, I had knocked on the door and I asked for you. And they was like, they don't know you, but if you're here, you probably in the back. So I was like, why didn't you just call my phone? He was like, oh, because my phone about to die and I didn't want to kill my battery by calling you. But you could text? And I'm like, they probably have a charger. This is someone's house. The fuck? So anyway, we all in the house at this point. The girl, she's like, this your boyfriend? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, nice to meet you. She was like, yeah, we're gonna all go to prom together. Mind you, I'm just like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I didn't tell Joe I was planning on going to prom with this girl yet. So, I mean, it's not like it mattered. But still, I just didn't say anything. So I'm just like, he's like, y'all going to prom? I'm like, oh yeah, like prom. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you about that later. He was like, oh. So she's like, yeah, we gonna go. We're doing like a girls group at prom. Like everybody's bringing somebody, so she's gonna come with I'm Unique. So when she pointed towards I'm Unique, mind you, it's a whole bunch of people over there. So he's looking like, who the fuck is I'm Unique? So I was like, I'm Unique, come here. So she came over there. I'm like, this is I'm Unique, this inconsiderate sister. I'm like, this Joe, this my boyfriend. So she was just like, hi. And then she walked off because the fuck, I don't care. So the girl, she's still just talking about prom, and eventually she ended up moving away, like going over there too. So I'm like, you want to smoke? I'm asking him. He was like, no. He was just like, yeah, I don't know, like inconsiderate sister was very weird when you introduced her. So I'm like, what was weird about her? He was like, I just feel like she didn't really want to speak to me because she know you and her brother talk. I said, or maybe she high. I don't know. What the fuck? So anyway, at this point, what the girl who kept telling me to bring Joe there, she was like, let's play spin the bottle. At this point, I'm thinking like, oh, please. Bitch, is you go? We're not gonna play spin the bottle now, my nigga. Huh? So she was like, let's play spin the bottle. Everybody like, yeah, let's play, let's play. So even Joe was like, all right, let's play. Bitch. So I was like, you're not about to play spin a bottle with nobody because you're not about to kiss nobody. He was like, it's just a game. That's one thing about Joe. He used to be the one when like we go to the club. It's just a club. It's just a party. I could dance with girls. It's just a party until you see me over here throwing ass on the floor. Then, oh, it ain't just a party no more. So he was like, it's just a game. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I really don't want to play the game. So at this point, I'm really like kind of salty. Like, I'm annoyed. I'm irritated. And everybody's like, okay, well, we going to play. If y'all don't want to play, y'all don't have to, whatever. So Joe like, let's just play. Let's sit down and play. He was like, well, just sit across from me. So then it could just, you know, most likely you'll kiss me. Bitch. So, yo, at this point, I'm fucking furious. But I sit across from him and I'm staring him the fuck down, right? Because I'm like, at this point, I don't give a fuck who bottle land on who. You ain't kissing no motherfucking body, bitch. You got me fucked up. We will play crack the bottle over your head. You want to keep playing with me? So anyway, we playing or whatever. They spinning it, people kissing, stuff like that, or whatever like that. This one girl spin that motherfucking bottle and it landed on Joe. Bitch. So she leans in. I said, oh, I said, that's my boyfriend. We're not doing that. So she's like, oh, I thought you guys were playing a game. I said, no. Joe's sitting there dying, laughing. He's like, nah, I just was trying to like irritate you. Like, nah, we ain't playing. So everybody like just laughing and stuff like that. And it kind of like erupted, like, it kind of ended the game or whatever. So the one girl, she was like, let's go to McDonald's. Like, let's go to McDonald's. Like, I'm hungry. They all had the munchies and shit like that. So it was like, okay, we finna go. Mind you, we all can't fit in my car and I wasn't finna attempt because everybody been drinking stuff like that. No, we not doing that. Y'all, so we start walking down the street to go to the McDonald's because mind you, to drive there, you know when you drive somewhere, it's kind of closer than versus when you walk in. So I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. Y'all, we walking down the street to go to McDonald's. When I tell y'all, I don't know if the fresh air made these people act so motherfucking weird or maybe I just wasn't paying attention because the whole time me and Joe was over there in the back talking before we start playing spin the bottle and shit. I don't know, but I promise y'all, we get outside, these motherfuckers was acting so strange, right? So we walking down the street, one girl start howling like a motherfucking, I was gonna say a fox. She howling like a damn wolf. She's just like, oh, woo. She's howling, right? So I look over at her because I'm like, the fuck? Ain't nobody saying nothing. Everybody's still just talking. She's still just howling like a damn wolf. So I'm like, okay, right? I'm thinking like, okay, maybe she just weird or maybe somebody dared her to do that shit, right? So we still just walking. Next thing you know, this one boy, he's over here like, I'm gonna crawl like a snail. I said, what the fuck? So I look at Joe and I was like, you good? And he was like, yeah, like the fuck? Like I'm asking him if he good, like he the one start acting weird like that. Everybody, when I tell you, they all start kind of acting weird. One girl, she just was like, I just can't take it no more. Oh my God, I don't know. We should never left the house. Oh my God, she just panicked. She's like, I'm having a panic attack. So they like, oh my God, she's having a panic attack. So I went over there to I'm Unique. I said, I'm Unique. What the fuck is going on? And she was like, nothing. Like, everybody's good. Everybody's good. Like, we just took a few edibles. Y'all, I said edibles. Mind you, at this point, I knew what edibles was, of course, but I had never took one. And I thought that literally an edible was like, that's probably why my first experience with an edible was crazy. Because I always thought edibles gave you the same effect as smoking did. So I thought like, y'all is being fucking weird for no reason. Y'all, I promise I thought these people was on crack. Yeah. So I'm thinking like, oh, they is doing too fucking much. She's like, yeah, we took a few edibles, so they probably just panicking. The girl was like, why would you tell her? Oh my God, now everybody's gonna know. Like, she's just doing the most. She's having a panic attack. And they're like, give her some water. Do anybody got some water? So Joe, like, pulled me to the side and he was like, these people is weird as fuck. And I was just like, I know. I'm like, they claiming they did an edible and that's why they acting like this. Mind you, again, like, I never knew because, yeah. So my friends wasn't doing edibles. They was just smoking. So I thought, you know, ain't y'all supposed to be just relaxed and hungry or something? So he was like, that's weird. Like, nah, I'm like, I think they on crack. I'm like, I think they on crack. And he was like, yeah, I think so too. And I was like, I think we should like try to get her to a McDonald's because she was really panicking. And the other boy, he was like, we gotta go. Like just a urgent, like real urgent. So I'm like, what the fuck? Then a car went by. They like, there's the police. The police is coming after us. They're gonna get us. Da, 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 da. One boy just started fucking running. This nigga ran. I'm like, y'all, when I tell y'all, it seemed like, you ever been, at this point, I sobered up real quick from drinking. And because Joe, he was like, he didn't want to smoke with them either. Because he kept saying it was weird when we was at the house. But I don't know, maybe I just wasn't paying him no mind. So he was like, yeah, I don't want to smoke with them because they kind of weird and it's just weird. So I was like, okay. So he kept saying like, I'm so happy I didn't smoke with them because clearly they smoke crack and all this other stuff like this. So I'm like, right. But it's like, you ever been a sober one around people that's drunk or anything and you just kind of be peeping stuff and it be like, what the fuck is really going on? Like, you be just kind of so confused. Like, this shit is weird. So they over here just weirded the fuck out, acting so weird. The girl who's having a panic attack, she's walking and she's crying. She's like, I can't walk anymore. Thank you guys for carrying me. She just crying. I'm just like, bro, this shit is weird. I really was like, they are on fucking crack. So at this point, y'all, I'm Unique start acting fucking weird. I forgot what the fuck she was doing, but she was just doing some shit that was just so fucking off and strange. So I'm telling her, I'm like, I'm Unique, when we get back from McDonald's, you trying to go? Like, because at this point, I want to leave. Because I'm like, yeah, y'all all fucking weird. So we get in McDonald's. When I tell y'all, they acted so fucking strange. Like, they acting strange. They kept saying like, we're gonna get caught, they're gonna catch us. And the one boy, I don't know where he even ran to. I ain't even gonna hold you, he was not in McDonald's. They're like, we gonna get caught. They acting fucking weird as fuck. And I'm like, yo, it was just so fucking strange. So me and Joe stand off to the side. Again, I'm Unique like, yeah, you just ready to go? So she was like, we can't leave them. We can't leave them. So I'm like, yeah, we can. I'm like, when we walk back to the house, my car is parked there. I'm like, I could take you home. So she's like, I'm not going home. I'm staying the night here. Like, no, I'm staying with my friend Symone. If you leave, that's messed up. If you leave us, that's not right. That's not right. You can't leave. You're going to get caught. So I'm like, well, I didn't smoke crack with y'all, so I'm not going to get caught. So she's like, what? I'm like, I didn't crack with y'all. Like, so I'm not gonna get caught. I'm like, and neither did he. I'm like, I'm Unique, I didn't know that you did that. Like, that's fucking crazy. So she's like, what are you talking about? We did an edible. So I'm like, okay, sure. But I'm like, but I'm Unique, that's weird. So at this point, the other girl who's having a panic attack, she's over here screaming at the people because she's asking for a cup of water. They gave her a fucking cup. She wouldn't go get the water. I'm just like, what the fuck? So at this point, the security came. They like, oh, y'all gotta leave. Y'all not about to bite in. Y'all gotta get out of here. Because they acting fucking weird. Like, I promise y'all, they just doing the weirdest shit. The nigga who was saying he was gonna be a turtle, I mean a fucking snail, he's laying on the fucking table, just laying out like this. And the other girl, she's screaming at the people because she want water. One girl, she just laughing. There was a few people who was just chilling. They was just laughing and just cool chilling. I'm Unique, she over here telling me how I'm messed up if I leave them. It was just so much stuff, and I'm trying to convince her. I'm like, shit ain't cool to be smoking crack. Like, that's weird as fuck. Like, you know. So she's like, oh my god, I wasn't. Da 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 da. At this point, my phone started ringing. It's inconsiderate because remember they had left to the movie, so I'm guessing he back and he probably thinking like, oh, where'd you go? So I answer the phone. I'm like, hello. Mind you, Joe like, put that shit on speaker because he think that we talk. So I'm like, hello. He like, Symone, why'd you leave? You didn't tell me you was leaving. I thought you was gonna be here when I got back home. So Joe looking like, the fuck you thought? So I'm like, oh. I'm like, yeah. I end up coming with, I'm Unique to her friend house. I'm like, my man here too. Joe, when I said my man here too, the way Joe looked like, bitch. But I mean, I knew he wasn't gonna say nothing weird, but you keep trying to twist whatever he do say. So he was like, oh, okay, dang, y'all dropped my girlfriend off. I thought she was still gonna be here. So Joe like, bitch. I'm just like, yeah, no. I'm like, I'm gonna go home after this. I was like, yeah, but I'm concerned. I'm like, can you come pull up to the McDonald's right here? I'm like, because we came here with her friends. I'm like, I'm Unique. I'm like, I think she's smoking crack. And he was like, what? I'm like, I think she's smoking, you know, that shit. I think she on that shit. So he like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? So he going crazy. He like, what? Where y'all at? Da, 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 da. I'm like, we right here at the McDonald's on such street. I'm like, I don't know if you know her friend. Like, supposedly she supposed to go to prom. I could not remember that girl name for nothing in the world. I'm like, she supposed to be coming to prom with us. I'm like, we was at her house or something like that. I'm like, we was planning to spin a bottle. Then they just start smoking crack. And I'm like, and they want to walk to McDonald's. Now they all tripping and shit like that. He like, what the fuck? You just let her do that in front of you? I'm like, no, they said it was, you know, Tree. I'm like, and then all this other stuff. I'm like, just come here. You gotta get her. I'm like, she not trying to leave with me. She over here crying. So she's like, why are you telling him that? She's really mad. I'm like, she's talking like she crying, but ain't no tears coming out. So I'm like, he like, she crying? I'm like, I don't know what she doing. I'm like, I know that they all just high up. So I just kept saying that. So he was like, what the fuck, I'm gonna pull up right now, da 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 da. So she's like, no, like, why would you tell? Like, why would you tell me, Symone? That's weird as fuck. I'm like, because you got a problem. First you want to meet up with old ass because now you smoking crack. Like, bitch, what the fuck going on in your life? So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm unique. So she just so pissed. She's like, it was an edible. Do you not know what a fucking edible is? Mind you, me and I'm unique never got to it. She never raised her voice at me. So she cussing at me. I'm just like, girl, chill. Like, that's just getting to your head. You acting real crazy right now. I'm like, I understand that you are probably going through something right now because you're on, but you don't need to act like this. Mind you, I'm not like getting into it with her back because I'm realizing like this bitch is out of her mind right now. She's on drugs. So I'm like, just chill. I'm unique. I'm like, Inconsiderate is on his way. Why would you call him? But why would you? I don't want them in my business. I told you I don't want my family in my business. Da 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 da. So the girl who house was, she was cool. She was chilling. So she came over there to me and she was, mind you, security was like, y'all gotta get out. They still yelling at us to get out because they like, we gonna call the police, all this other shit. So the girl who house was, she like, come on, let's just go. She was like, yeah, like, you got her brother to come get her. I'm like, yeah, I think it's best. And she like, no, she good. She could stay the night. She like, we do this all the time. So I'm like, y'all do this all the time? And she's like, yeah, this is not her first time. You know, we always do this. So I was like, okay. I'm like, I just didn't think that that's what she did. Like, you know, because I'm still just thinking that this ain't no edible. Because if it was tree, they would be chilling. So she was just like, yeah, we do this all the time. Like, no, she's just going to spend the night. She'll be cool. You know, we just going to eat and stuff like that. McDonald's, they was not letting us order nothing. They like, yeah, get the fuck out. So I'm like, all right, at this point, we out. Because they was like, we gonna call the police. Like, y'all gotta go. So we outside and we just sitting. Y'all, at this point, I don't know why. Well, we not sitting. A few of them were sitting in the drive-thru. They said they was gonna boycott McDonald's. So they sitting in the drive-thru, literally at the entrance. Thankfully, nobody was coming. So they sitting there, we just standing there, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where is he at? The girl was like, we could walk back to the house. I'm like, no, because I already had her brother come. Like, we finna go. So she's like, yeah, we could just go back to the house. Like, it's cool. Like, everybody cool. You could just tell him to come there. Like, he know where I live at. I'm like, nope. No. I'm like, he need to come get her. I'm like, I don't know what y'all finna do, but you said y'all do this all the time. She's like, yeah, we always do this, and then we get the munchies and we walk to McDonald's. So I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So Joe, he just irritated as fuck. He was like, yeah, when that nigga Inconsiderate come, I'ma press him because I don't know, I feel some type of way. Like, I feel some type of way. And I'm just thinking like, Joe, that's crazy because you didn't feel no type of way when me and you both was carless and we wanted to go to parties and he gave us rides, but whatever. And he was just like, no, I feel some type of way or whatever because, you know, that's kind of weird as fuck. Like, why he say I dropped my girlfriend off? So it's just so much going on because it's like, they sitting in the drive-thru. Her friend is trying to convince me to like, let's just go. It's okay. They not even trying to get up from the drive-thru. No way. When she tell them like, let's leave. She was like, we could go walk to a store or whatever. Like, we go to a liquor store or whatever and just get some snacks and stuff. So they not trying to leave. She was like, oh, well, I'm going to just go then. I'm going to go and then I'll just come back and get them. And then Joe's trying to talk shit to me, talking about how he finna press Inconsiderate. It was just so much going on. So finally he ended up calling me. He's like, y'all still there? Y'all still there? So I'm like, yeah, like we right here. I seen his car like at the light. He had to just bust a U-turn and come. So I'm like, yeah, we right here. I'm like, I see you at the light. He like, wait, that's y'all standing outside? I'm like, yeah, they boycotted McDonald's and shit, so they sitting at the drive-thru. So he was just like, what the fuck? Where's my sister? I'm like sitting in the drive-thru, like I told you. So he's like, what the fuck? Da da da. He's so mad. So he ended up coming. He pulled up, right? When he pulled up like skirt. Like he was finna run them down. That's how he pulled up. He pulled up, skirt, jam on burger, boom, hop out the car. Man, he had the music blasting too. Man, what the fuck is you doing? Da, 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 da. I never really see him mad neither. So he like, what the fuck is you doing? Da, 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 like cussing and shit like that. So I'm like, Inconsiderate, mind you. At this point, why one of the girls got up and screamed, was like, the police! And she got up and started running. So I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? So I'm like, yeah, so Inconsiderate sister. So I mean, he get up and she was just like, that's fucked up, Symone, that's fucked up. She started walking to the car and he snatching her up. He was like, get the fuck in the car. Mind you, she's walking to the car. He's like, get the fuck in the car, get the fuck in the car. So she walked to the front seat. He's like, get in the back, Symone's getting in the front. He like, get in the back, Symone get in the front. So I'm thinking like, if you wanted my man to think we wanted each other. Cause I was like, oh, thank you. Can you give us a ride back to my car? So he was like, yeah. So the other friends, the girl, she was just like, all right, well, we better just go. Like, we'll see you later. I mean, thank you for coming. She was like, take me to her house. I'm not going home. I'm not going back home. She was like kind of out of it, but she started kind of like saying like reasons why she didn't want to go home, but that's not my business to tell. So she was just like kind of saying little stuff. So he like, man, shut the fuck up. I mean, we'll talk about it later. Like, shut up, stop saying like you saying too much. Shut the fuck up. So she's like, no, da, 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 da. But mind you, she's not crying. She's just like whining or whatever. So we get in the car. I'm in the front seat. Joey, I'm Unique in the back seat. So I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, her friend said they always be smoking crack. So he was like, what? That's what she said. So I'm like, they claim it's an edible, but like, I'm like, I just don't see that happening. So he was like, wait, what? So what did they do? I'm like, she's saying that they took an edible, but I'm like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like edible and trees, you know, it's the same thing. So I'm like, wouldn't they just be chilling and relaxed? Like, why are they all acting all weird and shit? I'm like, I think they own that shit. I'm like, you know, like I grew up seeing people that is on that shit and they be acting like this. So he was like, no, Symone. He was like, yeah, no, like edibles do be having you kind of weird and shit like that. So I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, it was nothing he could tell me. I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm like, you did that shit before? He's like, yeah, I tried one before, like, you know, but I don't really fuck with it because it's a different type of feeling. Like, it's not the same. So I was like, I don't know. I'm like, maybe y'all just be taking some edibles or something, because I'm like, I just don't see it doing that, you know. I'm really, how am I trying to tell somebody who done this and I don't even smoke? So we just talking about it, stuff like that. He was like, oh no, she good, I'm gonna just make sure she get home, like I'm not gonna let her stay the night over here. So I was like, okay. So he was like, is there anywhere else y'all went tonight, like anywhere else y'all came besides here? So I'm like, no. Why you say that? He was like, I'm just saying, like, did y'all go anywhere else, like, because I think I had seen y'all walking. I said, no, you didn't see us walking nowhere. He's like, okay, so y'all didn't go, like, I don't know, I thought I was tripping, like I thought I seen y'all walking from like the motel. I said, you did not see that? Y'all, at this point, I'm irritated because I'm thinking, like, even if you did see that, you couldn't shoot me a text like, hey, did I just see you? Or something like, why did you say this in front of my man? So at this point, when he's saying that this is me, I promise you, because Joe is sitting behind inconsiderate, which I really didn't want him to sit behind him because I'm thinking like, oh, I hope he don't start choking this man while he's driving. So this is me. Every time he would say that, I'm turned like this in the seat and I'm like, I'll look at Joe. I'm like, no, we was at the house. But why would you say that? Like, it was just so awkward. So he was like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna hit you. He was like, all right, Symone, I'm gonna hit you. Like, we do gotta plan something. We gotta hang out or whatever. Like, just me and you, like, you know, because my girl, she be tripping. And I'm gonna call you. He's like, oh, let me know when you get home, too, because I'm gonna call you. Because I gotta tell you about such and such. And I'm like, I'll call you tomorrow. Because, nigga. So we ended up getting out the car, y'all. Joe was like, what do you mean he seen you at a motel? Da, 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 da. I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. He ain't seen me at no damn motel. I'm like, Joe, why the fuck would I be walking to a motel when I got a car? Like, be for real. Like, be for real quick. He was like, I don't know. So you and that nigga got a room at a motel? That's fucking crazy. I'm like, if me and him had got a room at a motel, why would he say he seen me walking from a motel if we got a room there? And me and him both got cars. Like, Joe, let's be fucking for real. Anyway, we went back to my house. The next day, I'm Unique and hitting me up. And she apologized or whatever. And she just was sending me, like, dresses and stuff like that. Y'all, when you get to the whole prom thing, that's a whole motherfucking different story. But, yeah, I feel so dumb because, like, now I really was over here saying that girl was doing great. She was not doing that. That girl was off of Eddie. And I, like, since I've done one before, I could see that. Because, y'all, I was off of edible tripping, like... Whew. So yeah, I feel so bad, but I probably wouldn't have been doing no shit like that. The fuck? And legend haven't, that boy is still running. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what happened to her friend. I never even asked her, like, did her friends ever successfully boycott McDonald's? I don't know. I didn't ask. I really didn't care. But she did apologize. She was like, girl, yes, no. Like, it just be so much going on. But you said I could vent to you, so I'll start. Like, you know. But I was just like, oh, okay. Like, you know, that's just how they have fun. Hey, me and my friends used to drink and stuff. So I guess her and her friends just do other things. Can't judge you too much. But that's it for this story time. I always try to say a moral of the story. Well, I don't, but sometimes I do. But I'm gonna say moral of the story of this story. If you gonna have your friend meet up with you with somebody, don't lie to that girl and tell her it's somebody else. And don't meet up with no old ass man. If somebody catfished you, like, don't do it. Don't meet up with nobody at an hourly. That's just a red flag. That's a big old red flag. That flag's so damn big you could see it from a mile away. But anyway, I don't know what my moral of the story is with this one. I guess believe people when they tell you they not on crack. I don't know. But that's it for this story time. I love you guys so much and I'll see you on my next one. Peace out.